There you have it. The Mets get a series win against Kansas City. Kansas City, big series win. Honestly, Kansas City came in hot. They were one of the hottest teams in baseball. And Kansas City lost to the Mets, in 2 games. So big series win for the New York Mets. Honestly, the Mets really played well in this series. The Mets came with a lot of energy in Citi Field. They actually scored some runs in Citi Field. They came back. Even when they were down in the second game, they still tried to come back. They were down 11-5 or 11-3, and they came back all the way to 11-7. So this Mets team is showing something resilient. The Mets are showing something that we haven't seen since 2022, and that's an offense that is resilient and an offense that honestly can really, do a lot, because I really like what I'm seeing from the energy standpoint. Yes, Lindor has to get going. Yes, Pete Alonso is hot right now. But, you got Beatty, you got Alvarez. Just imagine when JD Martinez comes, then this offense is going to be a little more complete. And the Mets are going to be a little dangerous. I'm not going to lie to you. I really like the way they're pitching. I like the way the bullpen has performed. I like what I'm seeing, honestly, from this team. And, Beatty, Alvarez, that young energy, that's very, very much needed. And that's what I really love about this. But, man, Jose Butto pitched really, really good today, in this win. And honestly, Harrison Bader has also performed. Harrison Bader has been hitting the ball. Tyrone Taylor, everybody is performing and everybody is trying, except for obviously Lindor, he's struggling, but everybody is trying to contribute. And that's what I really love about this situation with the New York Mets right now. When you have an offense that's contributing, and not just having individual at-bats, but actually trying to get the guy over, to get a productive out. That is something that the Mets really, really need to do to win games. And you've seen it with the series win with Kansas City. You've seen the productive out today. You've seen the way they're going about the offense. You've seen the way they're going about it. You see the way Mendoza is managing this team right now. And I like what I'm seeing so far. But, man, it's a long way to go. Long series, a long, just baseball season. They're 7-8 now on the season. Great win for them. But honestly, the Mets have the Pirates coming in. That's going to be a little competitive. The Pirates are a pretty good team. And they just beat the Phillies, literally. So I feel that, honestly, when JD Martinez comes, this offense is going to be a little more complete. And that is something that the Mets desperately need. Because just imagine how this team is firing on all cylinders right now. Well, excluding Lindor, because Lindor, I'm going to make another video about Lindor. But, you got Marte performing. You got Harrison Bader. You got these guys, Pete Alonso, Beatty, Alvarez. Alvarez is struggling a little bit, but I like what I see from Alvarez. I love Alvarez. I love Beatty, and I'm so happy to see that this team is performing well, because that is something that, a 0-5 start, you didn't think that they were going to be 7-8 after 15 games. And now they're 7-8. They're 1 game away from 500. And that is something that I love. I love that this team is resilient. This team is really just trying to, go about their day, but really try to get wins, really try to bring up the energy. And in Citi Field, you saw it from the first game of the Kansas City series, the fans coming together for Francisco Lindor, Beatty bringing the energy. Beatty, you got even DJ Stewart performing as well, getting a couple of hits. I'm not going to say he's performing so great because he's like 3 for 15 or something like that, or 3 for 18. But I will say this. If you're a Met fan, you got to love what you're seeing right now. Obviously, Lindor is going to take some time to get going, and I hope he gets going. He got 2 hits today, from the right side, and I know the right side seems to be his better side of hitting. And and I think, honestly, Francisco Lindor should consider moving just to the right-handed side and forgetting about that left-handed side, because that's what I feel like is really making him having that slow start in that beginning of the year. He's a really good right-handed hitter, and lefty isn't the best, but What I would say this is Lindor is going to get going. Lindor is too good not to get going. He's one of the best shortstops in the game, one of the best players that the Mets have. He's going to get going. You got Alonso, you got JD Martinez. We need him to get healthy. That is something the Mets desperately need. But you got Jose Butto, basically taking Tyler McGill's spot. I'm going to make a video about that soon, but honestly, that's going to be the video. If you enjoyed, let me know what you guys think about the Mets right now. How are you feeling about the offense? How are you feeling about the bullpen? And how are you feeling about the energy that this team is, giving out right now? Because I'm loving it. I'm honestly loving it. And I can't wait to see more. We got a lot more games to go, but the first step is to get to 500. The Braves, the division, this is not a lockdown division. Okay, the Braves have so many pitching issues. So now we can't say that the Braves are definite to win the division. So now the Mets actually have a chance, if they were to perform, and win a lot of games, they could win the division. It's possible. And I'm not even, I didn't think it was going to be possible, but with all the pitching injuries, yes, the Braves have an amazing offense, but with all the pitching injuries that the Braves have, there's a chance that the Mets can do this. And I'm not saying that they can win the division, but I think they can definitely fight for it. So if they really want it, they can fight for it. And that's what I would love to see. I would love for the Mets to win the World Series. The division. Of course, I would love for the Mets to win the World Series but we haven't won the division since 2015. So, we'll see what happens, but I love what I'm seeing from this team, and let's just hope that these Mets just keep going with the energy, keep going. We got a West Coast trip after the Pirates, series. They're gonna go to LA, so it is what it is. But the Mets, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I hope you guys are liking what you're seeing. Got more videos on the way. Stay tuned.